Man, and I think what I found to be beautiful in terms of the George Floyd situation of it all is like, okay, so when we first responded to the George Floyd situation, we had to count the costs. And one of the things that, like, so, and I always want to say, like, okay, so the civil rights movement was excellent. A lot of the other movements, Huey P. Newton and all these different things. But, you know, one thing I really want them to notice, and I'm not trying to up us, but it's the student in the Guru. How you feeling?
I'm feeling fine. Man.
When I had posted a picture and I said, man, when y'all talk about this, when y'all tell our grandkids about this, please tell them that we were out there in the middle of a pandemic. So I think that was the beautiful part. So when me and the Guru went out there, we didn't know. We just now kind of getting full understanding of what the COVID is and what to do if you get it or how to prevent it and these type of things. But when George Floyd situation just happened, the information on COVID was still limited. But so what I'm saying is when we went out there and put our health on the line too.
Yes.
So like, because I mean, when you're out there, because at the time we didn't know how COVID could spread. So I mean, when you go out there and the Guru, I said, Guru, man, like our health is on the line, right? And the Guru was like, I said, because you have to make a decision. Not only do your rights and you could die and all these other different type of things, because at one of those situations there was a Caucasian guy who came in there with a firearm, and the Bloods from Minneapolis, they were able to apprehend them and get them away from the crowd.
Right on 30th in Chicago.
Yeah, so we was right there. Yeah.
So we was right there when the Bloods took the firearm off of him, or some type of situation happened like that where they scared him off up the road. We was out there.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to be well documented that we had to go out there during this time in the middle of a pandemic. Like that's something to know. And like I was asking the Guru, he's like, man, if I don't go out there, the hands of time can reverse. And like he had to think about his grandkids and stuff like that. And when he put it in that perspective, I was like, man, like this, it's not a question. Yeah. It's a reasonable sacrifice.
And
reasonable sacrifice. I like that.
Yeah, and I was telling him I'm not going out there from him. I'm going out there for the next generation, the generation that's only 6 years old or 7 years old that can't speak or don't fully comprehend what's going on. So it's like my grandfather told me like this: if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So it's like, if we could stand in line for Foot Locker for some Michael Jordans, you should be able to stand out there on Lake Street and get some justice and get some peace and get some equality, and you will sleep better at nighttime. And I just feel that us as a people, we come together for wrong things, like the Foot Locker thing. I done seen Foot Locker line all the way around the corner. I had put on my post, it's not just the African-American males fight, it's the females fight too. Because I'm going to say one more.
But you can't say that, the Guru, not to cut you off, but you can't say that because then you shaming black folks, brother.
No, I'm not shaming. I'm uplifting. I'm uplifting.
Right.
I'm uplifting. I'm not saying, all I said on my post is no nail shops today. No getting your hair done today.
That's right.
We need y'all frontline too, sisters. We need everybody, because everybody, all troops, all hands on deck right now. You know what I'm saying? Let grandma watch the babies. We need all hands on deck right now, because the hands of time will reverse in the blink of an eye, and it's already starting to tip back if you're not noticing. So we as a people, we have to just come together, and we can't make a noise with one finger, but we can make a lot of noise with a whole fist. And that's how we got to come at it. And it's like, it's right and wrong. It's not white against black. It's right versus wrong. And what are they doing is coerced attacks on unarmed black men. And I'm going to say one more quote my granddaddy used to say. They want the gravy. And I was like, Grandpa, what is you talking about gravy? They want the baby gravy. You cannot reproduce in jail or in the ground. Period. Point blank, period.
Dropping some knowledge. That's the Guru right there, man. Dropping the knowledge on y'all. I see why they call you the Guru.
Oh, man, I just been around for 4 decades and some change.
No doubt.
I see why they call it the Guru.
No doubt.
What do y'all think the future's gonna look like? Let's keep it local for St. Paul and Minneapolis.
Let's keep it local.
I want to know what I'm interested in to know is like what we're gonna do with the children and what we're gonna do with the kids in terms of the rec centers and stuff like that. Because the rec centers is a big staple. Like even though like some of us are back to work, the kids are still in the house doing hybrid learning or distant learning. And as the Guru said, that's a big blow to our community too. Because and no disrespect, but like a lot of mothers and who have posted and made their frustrations apparent, a lot of them don't know how to operate the tablets to be able to even get their their kids in front of the teacher. So
Yes.
I mean, when you talk about that, we're talking about this pandemic has started back in March. You're talking about 7-8 months behind the learning curve for a lot of these kids, and it's like, man, like they're not going to be able. Are they getting the fundamentals? So I mean, I'm interested to see like what we're going to do with the rec centers, you know, in terms of getting the kids that social components that they need to grow and thrive in terms of like interaction with other kids. Because the distant learning, man, like a lot of teachers said that the students aren't even showing up. If they got 30 students in the class, only 4 to 6 of them are showing up on a tablet. So I mean, my question, what I'm trying to understand, look, the future is in St. Paul is the education and like how, because I don't think that they have a hybrid situation going forward. And then on top of it, this is cold and flu season. Yeah. So I mean, you're not going to be able to differentiate between the common cold or a flu and COVID pretty soon here. So especially being Minnesota winter, because I already see people doing the sneezes and the coughs and stuff like that. So we got one of the brutals winters in all of the country. So I mean, it's really about to get really interesting.
Yeah. And another thing, get back to activities. Like I said, I work at a couple of restaurants, and a teacher wrote through. Matter of fact, today, she said, "I'm having a problem." I said, "What is the main problem you having?" You know, she's like, "I'm giving the kids easy passwords to log in, and it's easy. Your birth date, and some kids do not know their birth date."
That's true.
So it's really rough on, I want to say, not to say our people, the people of a lower class. It's going to be rough on them. They're really going to have to lace up their boots and get to it, or we're going to fall behind. And that's academically and what word am I looking for? Not academically and health, because I noticed they opened the golf courses up first. When we went on lockdown, the first thing that opened up was the golf courses.
That was the first thing open.
And I said, wait a minute. Every court we went to, no rim, no net, just a pole. No rim, no net, just a pole. But every golf course was full to the brim. So I'm like, what are they saying? We're not allowed to get our daily activities in? Why are we confined to the house, and why are we not able to do our activities? All of us don't golf. Some of us do. All of us, majority of us don't. Mm-hmm. So, and majority, as I was taught, ruled.
Guru.
So it's like the basketball courts. I'm not even saying basketball. Football, the batting cages was closed. Football fields
had the nets down on the tennis courts.
The nets down on the tennis courts. No football. My son played football. No fields you can go in. That they was all locked up. So I'm just thinking, what are they trying to say? Let's keep it separate. If you're gonna open up one, you gotta open up all. If ain't nothing open up, ain't nothing open up. It should be equal level the playing field.